I'm not going to curse.
All right.
Let's see if I can do it.
I'll bring some stuff up that'll make you curse.
As soon as the podcast starts, he's just going to be like, Jar Jar sucks.
Oh, it hurt me, Jed.
And welcome back to another episode of Wasted Local Talent. Today I have on the show Daniel.
I'm Daniel.
And I have Jed.
Hi, I'm bald.
All right.
Oh, hang on. I got to get my ball sack off the ground.
Come on. All right. So obviously Daniel and Jed are not here. Ashley is not here either. But this is me, and this is a Guru's Takeover. So plug your stuff.
Gurus of Gaming. Patreon.com/Gurus of Gaming. We have a $1 Discord, and it's awesome. And we also have $5 Gurus of Tangents. Also, shout out to Sean from Worst Kept Secret because I know you listen to our show.
Oh, yeah, Sean. I love Sean.
Yeah.
And they have the song on this show.
They do. This is our home. It's playing right now in the background.
Well, I don't know about that. Depends on how Daniel edits. He probably will edit you out.
Damn it.
I don't blame him.
Yeah, I don't either. We have other shows on Wasted Local Talent. Well, just on 13 Palm Trees.
Yeah.
Yeah. We have Gurus of Gaming, which we mentioned. We have Video Game Mythos.
Yeah. We're all three on Gurus of Gaming.
Yeah.
None of us are on Video Game Mythos.
No, but Video Game Mythos is fantastic.
It
It's
is.
probably
It is.
because
It
none
really
of us
is.
are on it.
Well, we know it's because I'm not on is why
Valid.
it's good. Because I'm the worst part of Gurus.
Yes.
Nobody can argue that.
We have D&D Kinda.
Also better than our show because I'm not on it.
Yes, but
Except for the bonus episodes I was on. There was that.
you were on bonus episodes.
I was.
Okay. So D&D Kinda is going to be at Steel City Con coming
Yes.
up, I think,
This weekend.
This weekend.
Yeah. So they, I believe it's Jed and Michael are going to be there. They got some D&D merch. So if you're in Steel City Con, go visit Jed and Michael. Well, go visit Michael because we know you don't want to see Jed.
Buy our stuff.
Yeah.
This week on the episode, we have the Jasons. I know both of
Dude,
you are super excited about the
I
Jasons.
am.
I'm excited about this episode.
I
yeah.
checked out some of their music a little bit ago on iTunes. They have a super Ramones sound to them, which is awesome. And I saw on their bio they did some music for the Friday the 13th Killer Puzzle game, which is on the Switch, and I played that. I have played that game. They have music in it.
Yeah. And I mean, spoiler, none of us have actually heard the interview. We're just doing the intro for it,
doing
and
the
we're
intro
all
for it.
just like marking out. We're
Yeah.
excited.
I
this
want to listen to more of their music. They sound like the Ramones.
Yeah, they're good.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I guess let's just get right into it. Here we go. This is our interview with the Jasons.
Enjoy.
Bye.
Yeet. Leave that in there, Daniel.
What's up, everybody? I'm Jed,
I'm Ashley.
and this week we're wasting our talent with...
Jason fucking V.
Jason fucking Hollywood. Fuck you.
Why are you
That's it.
screaming in the mic?
I don't
Hollywood?
know. Because I said I wasn't going to.
We'll turn your headphones up.
Fuck.
We're off to a good start.
So aggressive.
So, a band that I've heard so much about,
Who's that?
the Jasons.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Fallout Boy or something.
Have you listened to the Jasons?
No,
No. Oh, you're missing out.
no.
You're missing out on a bunch of bullshit.
It's true. It's
No.
not.
So
It's not anything that can really be described.
I've been told it's one of those shows that like you kind of want to see live if you
Yeah, definitely.
can. Like the experience.
Yeah, you don't want to hear it live, but
You just want to
But
see
they
it.
put on a fun show.
you want to put in your headphones and listen to our new record and then watch the live show separately. So, yeah.
So, when did this all start? Give me like a quick rundown.
It's kind of a long story with many twists and turns, but the short version is a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away, I started this band with a couple dudes, and it was all based on like, hey, you know, it'd be fucking funny if Jason was wearing a leather jacket and it was this like Ramones cover band. It'd be fucking funny. And then we, like that little seed started songwriting, writing many different Jason songs. And it turned into like, well, let's fucking make a band. So we did that and we recorded a record. And then I made some poor life choices with regards to relationships and girls. And then the individual who was also in the band, who was a good friend of mine, we couldn't be in the same room anymore because he was rightfully angry at me. So that disintegrated, right? So then 5 years go by, and the whole time I'm like, I got the fucking Jason songs in my head, and it won't stop. I can't get it out of my mind. I'm like, I want to do this band, you know? So I had written like 5 songs, and he had written 2, and so we just left his songs. They're out there in the fucking wherever now. And I wrote more songs and brought some other people in, and we started the current version of the Jasons. But there's an entire Jasons record, including the songs that were on our first record that is out there that no one will ever hear. So one or two people have heard it. I haven't heard it.
Wow.
Now, that beef has been squashed, but not squashed to the place where I'll ever get to hear it. But yeah, so the Jasons were a thing that happened, and then 5 years went by, and then I restarted it with different people.
So how long has this second resurgence been going on?
5 years? Yeah. I'm looking at Hollywood like you should know.
Yeah, I've been in the band that long.
No. I got to see, I think, one of the first Jason's debut at Schmidt's Saloon.
Oh, fuck yeah.
It was not a good day.
Not a good day. And you know what? I know this is like local. Fuck that guy who was running sound there. I don't know who he is, but fuck that guy.
You got a problem
and
with
I hope he
people running
listens to this.
sound, don't you?
Well, you know, we got up there at Schmidt's Saloon. It was the Songwriters Showcase. Why the fuck were we there?
Okay,
Right?
let me preface this. Okay, so I'm working at this bar, which is mainly a country bar.
You were working there?
Yeah, I worked there for a couple years.
When we played
yes.
there? What the fuck? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So I worked there. I took care of the bands, but not on Songwriters Night because you guys were on your own on Songwriters
the
Night.
Songwriters
The
Showcase.
Songwriters Showcase. That guy's a fucking idiot. Okay, so
much
mainly a country bar.
Yeah.
We got some people coming in that are like trying to do their thing before they leave for Nashville to make it and blah, blah, blah. Every once in a while, we'd have somebody that like did a little bit of rock and stuff.
Yeah.
And then there's the Jasons. And that bar was not prepared for this at all.
It was not a
I
Jason's
wasn't
bar.
prepared for this. I had no fucking idea what was happening. Nobody knew. These guys come out with Jason's mask on, and then we're all like, what are they doing?
We also had our mother's severed head back then. We set
Yeah,
it
it was crazy. And like, I mean, we've got like half of Preston County in this bar,
Yeah.
and everybody's like, what are they doing? Nobody, and like, you know, I mean, they're talking like they refuse to give any names besides Jason.
Yeah.
They
That's our
refuse to, right? Yeah, they're from Camp Crystal Lake. Everybody's confused. And it was just really awkward. I was not ready for you guys. They weren't ready for you guys.
The experience that I had coming in there was the gentleman that ran the Songwriters
He's an
Showcase.
idiot, yeah.
I don't think he was prepared. So we came in all of our gear, and he's like, okay, guys, come here. And he's got his little clipboard. And he goes, all right, now what are your names? And I was like, Jason V. And he's like, okay, and what's your name? Fucking, you know, I'm Jason Hale. What's your name? And as like he's getting all of our names, this blank look, and goes, no. I need your real names. And I was like, we're the fucking Jasons. Yeah, I was like, we're the fucking Jasons, dude. And he goes, hey, but this is the Songwriters Showcase. And I said, we wrote all our own songs. We're not fucking playing the soundtrack. He's so frustrated. Okay. Well, where are you from? And I said, Camp Crystal Lake, New Jersey. And he goes, oh, God, no, this is the songwriter. And I said, we wrote all of our own songs. So then we got up there, and the fucking, I'm sorry, I hope he's listening, the hipster motherfucking flannel-shirted sound guy goes, I can't run the sound if you guys don't take off your masks. And I'm like, well, that's interesting. That's very interesting, because how long we been a band, Hollywood?
Oh, 5 years.
We
at
have
least.
never had another sound guy said he couldn't. Daniel, our friend in there, Daniel, was just talking about how he used to have to tweak the mics, but this guy didn't like that we were wearing masks.
It must have been a different sound guy than what we usually had, because our normal sound guy I've never seen in a flannel.
So we actually put in our liner notes to our first demo, fuck the sound guy at Smitch whatever Saloon.
Schmidt's Saloon.
And then when I was getting it printed at like the Kinko's or whatever, the guy goes, oh, you don't like, and he said the guy's name. I was like, yeah, tell that guy I said go fuck himself. But I don't know his name. But it was just that it was clear he didn't like our gimmick, because yeah, like you said, that wasn't a bar for us.
Oh,
but
no.
He was like, I can't get your vocals to come through unless you take your vocal off. I'm sorry, unless you take your mask off. We have played in fucking shitholes, right, Hollywood?
Just about every weekend.
And it's never been a problem. But this guy didn't like it. And why were we there? Who knows?
I don't know why you were there. Because at a different time, at a different place, I loved seeing you guys.
Yeah, it was
but
awful.
that was not the time and place for
No.
you guys.
And it was probably like our third or fourth show. It was real early, and we fucking sucked real bad. I mean, real bad.
See, honestly, I don't remember.
Thank
I just
God.
remember how awkward the crowd was.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
It was not the right place.
It was awkward. Yeah, it was real weird. But
But I love you guys now.
no, thanks. Yeah, those shows are the best shows because, I mean, as much as the mask is protection, you feel like a fucking. I mean, you don't want to be up there. And from the first second when the sound guy makes it clear that your vocals aren't coming through, you want to leave, get off stage. But it's good because it builds those fucking eat shit muscles. And when you're in a local band, you got to eat shit all the time.
Those muscles are strong.
Yeah, we're like fucking like alligators and shit, man. We can eat all this shit. We just, it's fine. You got to get used to it.
Alligators eat shit? Is that a...
They could if they want.
Okay.
Eat anything they
not?
want, really.
I think alligators pretty much do whatever they want.
Yeah.
So I have a question unrelated, related to Schmitz. You guys obviously have been there more than I have. I was only there once, and it was like shortly before they closed. Was that place always a shithole?
No.
I was
Okay.
there once too. That was it. Yeah. You know what? It was immaculately the way that it was made. Like the stage was huge. Everything
helped
was
build
good.
that big stage.
Did you really?
Yes, I
Yeah.
did.
I mean, so like the place was nice. It just, again, it wasn't for punk rock. I mean, nobody was a dick to us that night other than the sound guy though. Even the people
No, I
that were
think
watching,
it was
they
more
were cool.
confusion than anything.
They're just like, okay.
Yeah. I said a lot
sure.
of, what are they doing?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
What's happening?
It's funny because we had to go through a lot of that when we started out. I mean, there were so many times when you're in a situation. The band that I was in before, the Jasons, our first show was at right down the street here in a church at the Narcotics Anonymous Valentine's Day dance because they said, "Can we use your sound system?" And I said, "Yeah, if we can play
Holy
a fucking punk rock
shit.
show."
Is that a joke?
No, no. And so in the other band is a, theatrical thing too. And so we're just fucking going and people, you can tell they're like, please just be done so we can grind on each other,
Yeah.
But it was like, yeah, you can use our sound equipment if we get to play a show. I mean, and that's what it is. You have to become a bartering pirate to
battle.
get going.
You
Yeah.
definitely have your crowd.
Yeah.
And I think people that are not acquainted with your subgenre of music really just don't know what to think of it. Like,
Yeah.
I think you have to be mentally prepared to see a band like the Jasons or the Renfields
Yeah.
or Ghost Road even.
Yeah.
Like,
And the thing is too, like in this area, since this is like kind of based on local stuff, and then Hollywood knows too, he's done other stuff, like lots of other stuff forever. Like it was not always like the kind of thing where we could play a show and have a crowd. I mean, you really had to go in and play it in front of people that didn't want you to play
Yeah.
there.
Still
You
do.
know? Yeah, I mean, every time we play, and we're grateful to 123 for letting us play shows there. But I
I
never.
love seeing you guys at 123.
Yeah, it's our favorite place here, but I never set foot on that stage without remembering the days when we were blacklit. We were told the fucking, that band doesn't play there, my other band. And so, it was breaking through the barriers of hipster music, and I'm not trying, as much as people might think I'm trying to offend people, I'm not. There was a time when if you weren't this one specific type of music, you're not playing local clubs. And we had to build that scene, and we're fucking proud of that, So,
Almost like you do it in spite
yeah.
of what some people want.
Yeah. I mean, this year, especially, we do like a local Halloween show with Ghost Road, Renfield, and we bring someone else in. Like, we were like that close to selling the place out, and that was a proud moment for us because there were lots of times when like it was like you had to beg and suck somebody's dick to get on stage, and then you're treated like, fuck these guys or
That's
whatever.
literal. I've heard stories. Like, you have to literally beg and suck people's dicks to do
Well,
this.
I mean, it is rock and roll.
I mean, no judgment at all.
Because let me tell you,
I
if
just
you-
wanted to be clear.
If you're wearing a hockey mask and trying to be like a rock star on stage, no one is offering to suck your dick. You are the sucker, not the sucky. There's no glory in.
That's why we do shows at my place.
Right.
A lot of one-way streets at Camp Crystal Lake.
Yeah.
Oh, and No, the saloon was not always a shithole. It went downhill really quickly at the end. There was a lot of things that went. When I was there, for the couple years that I was there, that place was amazing. Like, it was such a great bar to be at, and I loved it.
Yeah, it was.
But there at the end,
It was bad.
I heard, yeah.
It was bad. I've not. I don't know that I've been in a bar that was less clean than that one, honestly. And
That
I've been in
sucks.
some seedy places. Like the point for me where I was like, cool, I'm leaving, was I went into the bathroom to take a piss, and literally like 2 or 3 people just didn't want to wait in line and shit directly on the floor.
Oh,
And I was like, cool, I'm going to cash out and go home. Like, I'm good. Yeah, and I was there to see a show and like had already paid my ticket to get in and everything, and I was like, I'm
That
out.
sucks. Yeah,
I'm
it
good.
was a spiral there at the end, I heard. But
Jed mentioned shit, and I look over at Hollywood. Hollywood's punk rock, but he's not that punk rock.
Yeah.
He doesn't like the shit talk.
I draw
and
the
so
line at toilet humor.
He's the fancy
oh,
Jason.
fun fact, you know the urinal that was a trough that was a keg cut in half?
yeah.
I was the first person to pee in that.
Okay. Brings
Trying
questions
to
up.
imagine.
but-
Yeah.
It was a struggle, but I did it. I just thought it was a really cool bathroom, and I wanted to be the first one to use it.
I think that's a good metaphor for being in a local band. It's like peeing. It's like being a girl and peeing
Peeing
in
in
a
a
fucking
urinal?
trough. Yeah, that's not easy. But you got it done.
I got it done.
Fuck yeah.
So it started out, as you said, you know, you kind of got the idea of like, oh man, a cover band for Ramones.
Yeah.
So is that the music that you guys write and play is like punk rock?
Yeah, I mean, you know, we're big into Ramones core, and you know, in that genre. It's,
Wait, is that an actual genre?
Yeah, it's
Oh,
it's certainly
Yeah,
it's
everything's
certainly
a genre.
That's true. Yeah. Ramones core is a subgenre, and it was like started by bands like Screeching Weasel and the Queers, and they're not complete copies of the Ramones, but what happens is it gets
There's
distilled
definitely
down.
a vibe, yeah.
Yeah, and it gets distilled down, and so the more generations you go, the closer it gets to just ripping off the Ramones, you know, and you're distilling it down. So our first record, we were like, that's what we shot for, but the idea was like, let's prove that we can do a Ramones core record, and then we're going to start branching out. So every record, we just branch out, because, you know, you can only rip off the Ramones
No,
so
wait,
much.
what was your first record?
It was just a self-titled record.
Oh, okay.
And so we did that. And then on the next record was more like we decided to rip off the Queers a little bit. So we added in a little bit of beachy kind of. And then the next record, we were real irritated. And so we started getting a little bit more into like I guess we could just say like Dwarves territory, where it was punk rock and it was not as much Ramones. And it was just more like angry and kind of abrasive. And on our new record, there's much more influence from Kiss, and you know, I'm always that person in Hollywood too, where we're not ashamed to be influenced by something. So like Kiss and Skid Row, and what'd you throw in there? He did all the solos. All his solos were influenced by non-Ramones shit. for the
Yeah, it
most part.
was a lot of Kiss, a lot of 80s Kiss.
Yeah, I mean, it still sounds a lot like the Ramones, but
Same band, really.
yeah,
No
I mean,
difference.
the goal is not to imitate, you know. It's that's the thing in Ramones core and so many other genres. It's like,
Well, hold on. You have the Get Sued album.
oh yeah, we always skip over on that one. Yeah,
I like that album.
that's an album born of laziness.
Yeah, but it's fun.
You named it Get Sued?
It's called Get Sued.
Yeah. So we were supposed to play a Misfits cover show here at 123 Pleasant Street, and we accepted and then just didn't practice. And there's no like, this is not part of the lore that I'm trying to create. We didn't practice, and it was like the night before, and we were like, fuck. We don't want to not play because it's the first Jason's will set foot at 123, and that's the club you want to play at here, you know. And so we just started going, what can we do? And I said, I got an idea. Like, let's just play Misfits, or like, fuck, I'm getting confused. Let's just play Ramones songs, and I'll just sing Misfits lyrics over top of it. So it was
Oh
like,
my
It's
God.
amazing. It's so much fun.
so yeah, so we did that, and then after we did that, like, people were like, just like, what the fuck? But then people kept saying like, man, you guys need to record that shit. You guys need to record that shit. And so then we just, you know, found $1,500 in the band fund one day, and we were like, well, we got the money, let's fucking record it. And so that's where it gets sued. It's Ramones music with Misfits lyrics on top, and then we used both the Misfits and Ramones logo for the cover, hoping that Danzig or Johnny Ramone's widow would sue us, but I guess we're not big enough to
Like, we're not worried about these guys.
We've tried, trust me, we've really tried hard to get sued.
I really do. I like that album.
Yeah, a lot of people like that record. I like it, but we don't play it live very much. It's a little bit of a brain fuck now for me to sing the songs the right way.
Yeah.
Switched it up.
It took me a minute to get used to hearing those songs the way you were singing them. Like, it
Yeah.
really fucks me up when I hear a cover of a song that I know by a band whose sound I know.
Yeah.
If I don't know that that's what I'm listening to, so I'll be like singing it, and then I'm like, wait, what is this? That's not right. And that your whole album was like that. That whole record was.
And my subtle commentary, or not so subtle, was that the Misfits are way shittier than the Ramones, and that you can improve anything by just adding Ramones to it, And it's true. If you listen to the song where we combined Pet Cemetery and Last Caress, that's better than what the Misfits did. It is. That in that moment, we're better than the Misfits. Or I guess I should say the Ramones are better than the Misfits, because we're just playing Ramones over top of it. But like, it makes a better song, So
yeah, you'll have to listen to it. It is. It's fun.
Yeah, I'll have to check that out.
It's funny, you love to push people's buttons, and I'm always the peacemaker.
Oh yeah, sure you
I'm
are. Sure. Hollywood's a bigger troll than me
He
and
seems
3D
much
put
calmer.
together. Yeah,
But that's the key to being a very good troll. You can't get out trolled.
You can't be too high. Yeah.
Yeah.
that is our strategy, is like, no matter what people say, because we get a lot of negativity and hate directed at us.
We basically troll the trolls.
Well, I mean, like, yeah, if somebody can be like,
Like,
well, the
currently
Jasons
you do?
up forever. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. People don't like gimmick bands, and they don't like bands that don't want to be friends with everybody and kiss everybody's ass, and
But they're like vocal about it.
yeah,
Some people.
See, that's weird to me. If you don't like something like a band, like, why not just move
Well, it's
past
easy
it?
to be a badass on the internet.
That's
Yeah.
absolutely true.
And
yeah.
it's also, I mean, let's face it, it's not like we're subtle about our approach. So
Oh,
I
yeah,
mean,
I
it's
guess.
our approach is kind of designed to create an opposition to, but like, yeah, I mean, people, it's the interplay. It's nice,
Yeah, I guess you can't be as aggressive as you guys are and not
Yeah.
expect some sort of rebuttal.
And the question is, who is the target? The answer is that everybody. If you are upset by what we do, then you're the target. If somebody else is, then they're the target. That's because I always respected bands that attacked, and I don't mean physically, but just like attacked their own fans. Like, if you want to be offensive, why go, take the low hanging fruit? Why not have somebody come to your show and be like, yo, fuck you, you're a wimp. And if that person goes, yeah, fuck you too, then you're like, yeah, that guy's cool. But if they
Yeah.
get mad, you're like, oh, what an asshole. Don't want him here, So, yeah, there's negativity out there towards the Jasons, but I mean, I would say 99% of people get the joke and understand that, we're fake people just like most people in the scene, but we just are more obvious about it. So,
Ouch.
we're not, that's the struggle, man. Like, when you,
But you're right.
yeah,
So
if you spend enough time in the music scene,
You see.
I like to call it a scene at buttercup. It's cohesive on the outside, but corrosive on the inside. Everybody kisses your ass and tells you played a great set and blah, 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 blah. But then behind the scenes, they stab you in the fucking back. Whereas our approach is like, let's at least not pretend to be everybody's friend. And if we support something, people can say, yeah, the Jasons support it. Like, the scene is it's a plague. That word scene it destroys everything, because all of a sudden now you go, well, we gotta have this band on the bill. Why? Oh, well, they're part of the scene. What if they suck? I mean, it's true. You don't want to have a shitty band on your bill, because that kills your music scene more than anything.
Yeah.
So, and we were a shitty band and played lots of shows in the scene. You know what I'm saying? So, but to some degree, like.
But it was a battle, not a manipulation.
No, yeah, and when you try to be everybody's friend, everything you do comes off as insincere. So people don't like us because we don't try to be friends with everybody, like, and you shouldn't.
That's a really good point. I like that way you just phrased that. When you try to be everybody's friend, what you do comes off as insincere.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
I mean, we have good friends in the music scene whose bands we don't like, and that's fine. And we have friends who don't like our band, and that's okay. You know, you don't have to support everything like that. You just support the person.
right?
But,
Yeah.
you know, I mean, it's like authenticity. I truly believe that us being fake people, me and Hollywood, 3D and hell, we're more real than most of the quote unquote real people.
100%.
Yeah. So.
You know, you are 100% right, though. If you go to somebody and you tell them, you know, in all honesty, I don't like you, and that's fine, and you don't have to like me. I just, you know,
Yeah.
I'm just being honest with you.
Yeah.
It's nothing against you.
Yeah. You don't have to like.
That's the
everybody's
quickest
music.
way to get somebody triggered, though.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean,
Because most people just cannot take that. They cannot accept the fact that somebody else doesn't like them.
yeah.
Oh yeah, I think that's a huge sign of maturity is when you're okay with accepting that not everybody's going to like you. Like when you genuinely are just fine with that.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like, cool, I got enough friends. I'm good. Like,
Yeah.
I don't like everybody. I can't expect everybody to like me.
Right. You know, and it's like when people, well, it's the same thing with being an artist and or being on a podcast. You're going to put something out and somebody's going to talk shit about it. And I don't think that always even necessarily means that you can't be friends with that person. The first review I ever got for something I did was this dude here in the scene, and he said it was like the most scathing review ever. But I was just excited that somebody talked about the band.
Yeah.
And I'm friends with that guy now. And when I first met him, I said, "Man, you did this review of my band," and this is like way back band, you know, real shitty band, the shittiest thing I've ever done. And he was like, "Oh no," and I was like, "No, man, it was fine." I was like, "I kept like 10 copies of that. put our name in the paper, you know." He said we sounded like the Misfits, but not as good. It's true. That was true for that band, you know. And but he was right. So
When Paul and I first got together, well, I was like, no, we started dating before he ever tattooed me.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it was maybe after the first time he tattooed me. He said, "If I was a bad tattoo artist, would you still have dated me?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, of course." But you wouldn't tattoo me.
I just wouldn't have gotten tattooed.
No, you
by
wouldn't be my tattoo artist. But like those two things aren't correlated at all. Like our relationship has nothing to do with how good of an artist you are.
yeah, right, exactly.
That would suck to tell your boyfriend like, "Hey, you're cool, but I'm gonna go get tattooed by this person because you suck."
Yeah, but that's how you grow. In a way, that's how you
Yeah.
grow. You know, like I mean,
If everybody kisses your ass your entire life, you're never gonna try to do better than what you're doing.
yeah, and it also it robs you of the rage and fury that it takes to succeed. I mean, you know, me and Hollywood have talked about this because he joined the band on the last record, and our other members that quit were very easygoing family men, and Hollywood
I'm
is
very easygoing.
You are, but you have a lot
To
of
a
rage
point.
simmering under the surface.
I do.
and
Yeah, I do.
but you need that. You know, we need that.
He
you
came
know?
in here raging about Star Wars before he even
Yeah.
introduced himself.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the realest motherfucker when it comes to that. Because he's talked about loving the prequels as long as I can fucking remember, and I was always like, "You're a fucking troll."
But then
now,
you realize that I was right.
No.
And then we became even better friends.
no, now the internet starts to agree with him, and I'm like, "You're the only real one. Everybody else is a fake." Hollywood.
Yeah, what am I going to hate now?
Yeah.
So you guys have this really hard persona about you, this asshole persona. That's obviously what you're
true.
putting off. Yeah. Jason V met my kids, and he's getting tattooed. And Paul texts me, and he's like, "Hey, I'm tattooing him today." And I was like, "Okay, I'm gonna bring the kids in because we have horror movie memorabilia around the house and stuff. Like, Paul has this like 2 foot tall Jason action figure that if you push a button on it, it goes. Okay, my 3-year-old boy thinks this is the coolest thing in the world. He is obsessed with the character of Jason now.
Well, he's a good kid. Yeah.
He's always running around saying and like he like has a toy Jason mask from the Dollar Tree and stuff. He wears it all the time. So I'm like, "Hey man, you want to go meet Jason?" He's like, "Yeah." We get in there and he's getting tattooed, and he comes around the corner and he just runs. Like he's like so ready for this, and he runs, and he comes back. He's like, "Is his face yucky under his mask?" And I'm like, "Yeah, man, you know his face is gonna be yucky under his mask." And he's like, "Is he big?" And I'm like, "He's pretty big." Like, how tall are you?
6'4".
Yeah, okay. I'm 5 feet tall.
Well, depending
You
on
look-
which movie you watch.
I'm 5 feet tall. You're big to me.
Yeah.
I can't imagine being 3 feet tall and looking up at you.
Isn't
He's-
everyone big to you?
Yes. But he stands up and River just, I mean, he's not having it. But he runs back into the lobby of the tattoo shop. And from the lobby, like, Jason sits down and River screams. He's like, I eat Jason guts. But he won't come anywhere near him. He's just shit talking from the other room.
So in that moment, he was everyone on the internet.
Yeah. But, like, it was so cool that you did that for him because that, like, he talked about it for days and days and probably weeks. Like, that was, like, the highlight of his little toddler life was talking shit to Jason, like the real Jason.
Yeah.
Like, he loved it.
Well, I remember being a little kid and getting my first Kiss record and just sitting there forever looking at these fucking superheroes. And I was like, I'm going to wear a costume one day when I play music. That was like for me too,
Greatest band of all time.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so River could be he could be in a band or he could be a serial killer. It's going to go one of two ways.
Either way, he's going to be famous.
He's going to be famous.
Probably more so if he just turns into a serial killer.
Yeah.
Maybe he'll do both.
Yeah.
Oh, he's going to be a black metal musician.
Yeah.
I got you. Yeah.
Nice. Love taking stabs at black metal.
Yes.
I wish you have heard them before you came in here.
I don't.
I really think you would enjoy it.
That's my thing.
I know,
Jed.
Jed.
I don't do it.
Yeah, this is not a personal thing. Jed refuses to learn anything about who he's interviewing.
I didn't even know that you guys were coming in until this morning.
That's kind of cool.
He
though.
won't look
Yeah.
at the schedule.
Nope.
I like that. No, I like that. That's cool. Yeah.
Nope. I don't like to know.
Yeah, this morning he's messaging. He's like asking who we had or what times or something. And Daniel's like, dude, you have access to the schedule. Like, it's right there.
Are you in the Jasons?
Yeah.
I could be.
That's how I roll too. Yeah. Yeah. I'm the least. Am I the least?
Maybe you or Hell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know where we're playing ever. So him and 3D, Hollywood and 3D are pretty connected to what's going on. I'm
A
not.
little bit. Yeah, I try to be, playing my week.
Well, on the topic of not knowing anything that's happening in the current times, do you guys have any projects that you're working on or anything like that coming up?
We have our last record was called Blood in the Streets.
Yeah, we just put out like the best punk rock album of all time, basically.
Oh, okay. So you're gonna
Yeah.
We
maybe rest on your laurels. A little
Yeah.
bit.
we legitimately put out the best pop punk record of the year. Better than Teenage Bottle Rocket, better than Masked Intruder, better than anybody. I'm not kidding. That's what we believe. And you should believe that, because if you put out a record and you don't think it's the best, then you shouldn't put it out. Now, will people agree with me? No.
They're wrong. They're allowed to be wrong.
But and I love those bands, but our record's better than theirs this year. And if you don't think that, then don't release your fucking record. But we're putting that out on vinyl. That's our new project. Is probably by like Christmas-ish, Blood in the Streets will be out on vinyl, and we achieved that with no begging on, no social media begging, no Kickstarters. We didn't work with any labels. We just worked hard and played shows and paid for it. So we're proud of that, because putting out a fucking record's like $4,000.
Is this your favorite album that you've put out?
Yeah.
Yeah?
oh yeah.
Good,
It's
that's
the best
exciting.
Jason's record ever. I don't know why.
Yeah, and again, like if you don't think your newest record is the best one, you're not
Yeah.
ready to put it out. But I mean, like, we lost 2 members right before we recorded this record, and musicianship wise, it went up a lot, because Hollywood's a real good guitar player.
Oh, that was nice.
I mean,
Sincerity.
and people, you can hear it, and there's not anything against our old members, because they were friends and brothers, but like the stuff that Jason Hell does on drums, we couldn't do before, and the stuff that Hollywood brings, we couldn't do before. This dude's a musical virtuoso for real, and he pretends like he's not, but I'm not a good guitar player, so
You
we
made
need
him
that.
blush.
Yeah. But yeah, it's our best record, and we spent the most money on it. Again, like, it's that kind of stuff shows too. We went to a real studio, spent like weeks to do it. Everything else was recorded in like either 2 days or 3 days at most. So we had to wait till we were financially
Moving
able to
on
play
up.
it. Yeah.
I do want to say something, and you can cut it later if you want to. But
Oh, just so you know, it's not going to get cut.
all sincerity. I wear the mask that the old Hollywood made for me. specifically because I like that guy so much.
Yeah. There's no animosity
Yeah.
there. Those guys were.
Yeah, he's a good
That's
dude.
good.
So I wear that mask because he made it.
That's nice.
Old Hell and Old Hollywood had to
So
drive.
you guys are just big softies.
Oh yeah. They had to drive 4 hours to get to us to play so we never practiced. So when these guys joined, they're part of this local area here. Like we can actually practice. That's a big deal for the Jasons.
You can finally stop doing Misfit Ramones hybrid.
Yeah, you know.
We just do Kiss covers now.
Well, yeah, we're booked for a Kiss cover show, and I'm not going to pretend it didn't cross my mind to just be like, "Fuck it, let's just play Ramones songs with Kiss lyrics."
Oh my god!
But we love Kiss so much. We love Kiss so much. We kind of want to cover those songs.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Now I just want to hear a whole bunch of Ramones songs with different lyrics over it.
Yeah, well, we
You
might
gotta
do,
listen to this
get
record.
sued again or something. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're trying, man. We're trying to get sued.
So is Danzig like a big dickhead about that kind of stuff?
He hasn't been dickhead enough to us for us to get sued, so I guess not. I mean, I've heard that, he's pretty litigious, and so is Johnny Ramone's estate, but I don't think that's true about the Ramones thing, because I can't count on all my fingers and toes and dick and Hollywood's dick how many bands have done unofficial Ramones covers, and, they don't come for that money. They don't care. Like we're talking every major pop punk band
yeah, absolutely.
has done a Ramones record. Like, the Huntingtons did too. The Young Rochelle's just put out one, so.
They have to have so much money though.
Yeah, and I mean, I think they just see all these bands as like gnats flying around.
Yeah.
I was
they
gonna
don't
say,
care.
how much are these bands really affecting them and their profit off of anything?
Right. Yeah. I mean, like that's the thing. Like we could sell a bunch of copies, but at our level, it's all going back into just making more merch. Nobody's in the fucking.
I think it helps them long run, like it does with these Kiss tribute bands.
Yeah.
Kiss could shut that down tomorrow, and they don't.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
Because it just gets them more exposure.
because when you have a tribute band
Yeah.
for your band, you're a fucking god, basically. I mean, that says something about what you've done, and I think Kiss likes that. They like
Yeah.
feeling like they're gods among men, and
But
they
the
are.
Jasons are better than a tribute band.
And better than Kiss, right?
Yeah, really.
And the Misfits.
Yeah, definitely
Yeah.
better than the Misfits. Although those Michael Graves Misfits were pretty good. He's got a good voice. I think so, anyway.
Oh no. You've killed him.
You all right, Hollywood?
Yeah, I'm just sitting here in my Glenn Danzig T-shirt.
That looks like a fucking Rorschach test. I got you.
I didn't know I was gonna be here, and I had that on.
Yeah. I'm wearing my favorite non-Jason's band shirt today. Can you see that?
Yeah, that's good.
Black on black.
I
Totally
wore
blank.
the greatest shirt today because I wore a Jason's t-shirt, but Jason V is wearing Mickey ears on this t-shirt.
Yeah.
I'm going to Disney World tomorrow.
Oh, he is.
Hell yeah. Are you really?
Yes, I am.
I love that place.
I almost wore Mickey ears here today.
I love the showmanship.
I've
of
never
Disney.
been. Oh yeah, Paul told me you guys were talking
It's the
about.
greatest place on earth.
Yo, yeah.
Oh no, wait, no, it wasn't Disney World. Maybe it was Disney World you were talking about. No, he was talking about the place that you went at the
Billy
bottom.
Bob's Wonderland.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's what it was.
I'm sorry, what?
Billy Bob's Wonderland. It's like Chuck E. Cheese, and but it's, how could I say? It's like pre Chuck E. Cheese. There was a thing called Showbiz Pizza,
Showbiz.
and they were the original Chuck E. Cheese, and they got shut down. But there's still one like independent one called Billy Bob's Wonderland that's out there, and
It's got like the weird, creepy old animatronics and shit.
it's Five Nights at Freddy's. It really is. Yeah,
Where is this?
Princeton, I think. Princeton, West Virginia.
Towards bottom of
something
state.
like
Huntington.
that. Barbersville.
Barbersville.
Barbersville. Yeah.
That sounds amazing.
I know. I really want to take my kids, and he doesn't have kids.
Yeah. No.
He just went.
I just go.
Yeah, we was almost this time last year.
Yeah. I like animatronic. I like anything that puts on a good show.
Yeah.
It sounds real creepy too.
Yeah.
It is. Yeah, because they don't work
There's-
great. Like some of their eyes don't open, and
And
it's-
they're all like scraggly looking and
What
stuff.
keeps this place open?
People
nostalgia.
like
Yeah.
this?
Jason,
yeah.
he's there every week.
See, I am way too young for showbiz.
Yeah, I don't remember that. I was a Chuck E. Cheese kid for sure.
Yeah, I didn't even. I grew up in the sticks, so I didn't go to Chuck E. Cheese until I was an adult.
Oh well, yeah.
So
That's the
I-
best time to go.
Yeah, Now I love Chuck. I'm like, hey, maybe we should take the kids to Chuck E. Cheese this weekend.
They took the animatronics out though, so fuck that place now.
No, there's still one.
Now they're gone.
All of them?
All the animatronics are gone. The restaurant's still there, but the animatronics are gone.
He's like, as of this morning at 9:30,
Yeah,
all of the animatronics are gone.
It's text updates.
yeah, they just announced it, man. It's all gone. It's
Are you
all
being
gone.
serious?
Yeah.
Because we were just there a couple years ago.
Yep. No, it's
or
gone
last
now.
year. Last year we were there.
Billy Bob's Wonderland's the only place now.
I guess we're going to Billy Bob.
There's a good
Wonderland.
movie called Rock-afire Explosion
Yes.
on Netflix.
That's what I was going to
You
say.
would
I
like
couldn't
it.
remember the
Would
name.
I?
Yeah, you would.
Yeah, you
I
would.
know you. You would like it.
It's the Chronicle of Billy Bob's. Yeah.
Rockafire Explosion?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll have to check that out.
Rockafire was the animatronic band, right?
Yeah.
Their lead singer, his name is Fats Geronimo. He's a
I
gorilla.
honestly, Jed, I'm almost embarrassed that I have this knowledge.
An animatronic band?
This is not something I even realized that I had in my head until we started talking about it.
Having Randman moments here.
Yeah. Yeah, Rockafire was the band of animatronic animals that played at Showbiz.
Oh, I have to see this.
Yeah.
This sounds awesome.
And
It's
it's all
real
about
good.
like people taking their kids to this creepy fucking place to look at these animatronics that are all like, yeah.
And adults that are obsessed with it to the point where, well, I don't want to spoil the movie. You know what I'm talking
Yeah.
about.
Yeah.
Yeah. The
See, I don't
dude,
know if I remember what you're talking
the dude that made the Rockafire Explosion, he did well for himself in the long run, I think.
It's quite. It's.
I already see
inspiring.
where this is going.
It's inspiring because it's about people keeping their youth alive and living their dreams and shit. Just
Live
like
to
us.
win.
Paul Stanley. Yeah.
Wow, that's intense.
I don't know how we got on this topic.
Yeah, I don't
I don't know what happened.
I'm not going to try to circle back to it, though.
Yeah, so Blood in the Streets is a really good record.
So how do people track the band's movements? Like y'all's shows and...
Just like, social media. Facebook is really the modern day telephone pole of punk rock flyers. You just go on our Facebook and it's, there's all that stuff. And
It's an awesome way to put that.
yeah. We got a Twitter.
You have,
No,
you
we
have your
don't.
own website too.
Yeah, we have like one of those Reverb Nations. That's not really updated too much. We updated that. You had to have one to do this endorsement deal that we were working on, so we updated it, and it was real nice for like a week, and then I was like, oh, fuck it, never touch it again. But we're also active on like Instagram. I have my own Instagram, Jason fucking V, but we also have
It's actually Jason fucking V.
yeah, that's my middle name. My real middle name. But then we also have the Jasons, and that's Jason 3D handles all that stuff. He's like bass player / band manager / graphic artist, so he really handles that stuff and takes good care of it.
Super nice guy too. He's
Yeah.
the only one of the band I've met besides you and
Yeah.
now you. But
Yeah, when I met him, it was perfect because he's like we were talking the other day. I was like, I make bands and you make bands better because like all the shit that I don't do, like I'm not good at, he knows how to make a band work, So that's not something that I'm good with. But he like promotion. He knows everybody. He's friends with everybody.
oh
And,
yeah, he's a talker.
Yeah,
he's very
yeah.
friendly.
He's that guy. So, and that's not my inclination. I like being friendly with people, but it's not my inclination. Like I don't remember people's names, and he'll be like, "Hey, we're playing San Diego, and we're staying with Paul and Susie." I'm like, "Who's that?" And he's like, we hung out with him. You met him. You went
don't
out. I'm like,
remember
I don't
names either.
fucking know. Yeah. So, yeah. So he takes care of all that. Like if you want to find Jason's information, it's definitely out there.
Yeah, I have my own Instagram, but I don't let anybody follow me. I don't follow anybody back. So
You just post for yourself.
yeah, pretty
Yeah.
much.
I like that.
It's the ultimate private account.
Yeah.
Him and Yngwie Malmsteen are kind
Yeah.
of similar when it comes to that.
Yeah, similar level of guitar, showmanship too, I think.
The only difference is Yngwie Malmsteen don't like donuts, and you eat them all.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
I don't know who this is. Who are we talking about?
Oh, never heard
He's a
Yngwie?
lesser guitar player to me, essentially.
I gathered that.
Someone outside of Jason Hollywood would say he's like a neoclassical guitar virtuoso who's also very temperamental and super famous. Super famous in the heavy metal community. But
Say the name again.
Yngwie Malmsteen.
It's an intense name.
He looks like his name
It's
sounds.
aggressive.
Yeah.
He wears frilly poet shirts and duck faces 24/7. I mean, he's
Yeah,
amazing.
he was doing duck face before it was cool.
Yeah, he's an amazing showman. He had like 50 Marshall stacks behind him. He's called it the Wall of Sound. It's fucking crazy. I went to see him and I was like, I don't even like this kind of neoclassical shit, but it was impressive. Yeah, if you want to go down a rabbit hole, man, Yngwie Malmsteen it up.
Is this somebody that I should know of?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, maybe.
Is this somebody that I've heard and I'm just not aware of it?
Probably not.
No.
You got to be into like heavy metal, and then like
I mean-
if you really like guitar guys, you know, he's like a
I'll see. My husband's the music nerd.
Yeah.
He probably.
It's like dragons and wizards and shit. It's not my cup of tea
Oh,
either,
yeah,
but
that's-
it's like
Yeah, I'm gonna break K-Fed. It's not really that good.
this guy fucking says K-Fed just to make people mad. By the way, that's why he says that instead of kayfabe.
Jason Hell loves it when I say that.
He does. Yeah, Jason Hell's a big wrestling fan. Fucking dork.
Lord. How many people, I know you do. Do you guys know Zach Krim?
No.
I've heard that name.
He's a tattoo artist in Clarksburg.
Yeah. So you were talking about Yngwie, that guy.
Malmsteen,
Yeah. And getting down the rabbit hole of that. That just makes me think of dude, Zach will drop into these rabbit holes on YouTube and just like, I remember one night he showed me, I think like 15 videos in a row of just different like Swedish, Danish, Norwegian like opera singers all doing covers of Queen. And he's like, dude, now you got to listen to this cover of Queen. Now you got to listen to this cover of Queen. And it's the same exact song over and over again. But he's like, no, here, listen to how this guy sings it. I'm just like, dude,
I've been on rabbit hole
I
experiences.
feel like
that.
we're getting too into this.
Yeah, yeah.
Gotta
Jen, I'm
dial this
trying to get a
back.
good picture of you on this podcast.
It's impossible
and
to
you
do.
just keep closing your eyes. I just took 4, and your eyes are like rolled into the back of your head, and everyone.
Yeah, it's impossible to get a good picture of me.
I just thought I would be nice to take some
You actually
pictures of
might want
everybody.
to check your phone to make sure it's okay. I hope you have a warranty on that. Apple Care. Well, guys, is there anything that we didn't cover that you guys want to talk about?
Did we cover anything?
I don't know. I mean,
I mean, we did mention that there's the best pop punk album of this year that came out,
yeah.
right?
The
Maybe
Jasons-
of all time.
Okay.
Really.
Okay, so I have to
Yeah.
say, my favorite Jason's album is Get Fucked.
Yeah, that's
That's my favorite album.
that was our Master of Puppets. We knew, we were like, man, we really gotta try and outdo this one. That's the one.
What I was gonna say. I'll be impressed if you outdo Get Fucked for me.
Well, have you listened to Blood in the Streets?
No. Well, I don't know.
It's already been outdone for you. You just have to listen to it.
I don't know. I don't know. Does Paul have it?
No.
Okay, then no.
So he I know he's into the vinyl
Yeah.
stuff. So when the vinyl comes out, I'm gonna get him a copy. He'll definitely have
They
it.
keep him in Jason's vinyl now.
Yeah. Yeah, he's become one of the unofficial Jasons.
God, I'm not gonna tell him you said that. His head will blow right up.
Yeah. No, but yeah, that's the thing to remember, that we did a record, and it's out on like Spotify and all that stuff now. But you're right. Get Fucked was like, that was the one to contend with, and I Want to Be an Asshole is still our number one song.
It's a good song, but my favorite song from that album, you're gonna love this because you don't know anything about their music really. The song is called "I Don't Want to Masturbate to You."
But I do. Open parentheses, but I do. Close parentheses.
I love that song.
Yo, what's your favorite song to play live?
To play live, Red-Blooded American Punk Rock.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about you? Red-Blooded American Punk Rock?
Yeah, I didn't want to say it because you did, but
Yeah.
yeah, that's the real answer. Yeah, that's
You
my
guys
favorite
are really
to
cute
play.
together.
Yeah, well, we're like life partners at this
Yeah,
point.
really.
Hetero life mates.
Yeah.
So how great was it the first time that you did a live performance of I Don't Want to Masturbate to You, but I Do, and you got to announce that song?
We've only done it a couple times, but the masturbation talk comes up a lot at our shows. You know, and usually like it's all autobiographical. Like it's not like, and that's true. I'm never like sitting there like, this would be a funny song. No, like we have that one. And you know, it's basically the tale of like, oh, fuck you, but I'm gonna jack off to your image, even though I don't like you. And then on our new record, we have another autobiographical song where you're young, coming of age,
Coming of age.
and you buy a Ramones record because you love the Ramones. But now you don't have enough money to buy that little porno mag that your cousin is going to sell you. So the only thing you can do is cover over Dee Dee Ramone's face and just jack it to his shape. And I mean, so we have a song on our new record called I Jacked Off to Dee Dee Ramone, and that's also autobiographical. I mean, dude, there are some pictures. There's a picture of Dee Dee online, and he's in these little shorts. He's got this big old dick. I mean, it's just huge. And as a child, as a youth, not a child, as a fucking teenage boy, you're like, I mean, sexy is sexy, and that is this sex. It just says sex. And so, jacked it to Dee Dee Ramone. What can I say? He had a girl's haircut, and dick means sex, so there you go. I mean,
There's a correlation there
there's
somewhere.
a correlation there.
That was a fun song to record.
Yeah, it was.
All of it is fun. Just all the songs are fun in general. Like, Get Sued's a good album. Get Fucked's a good album. Like,
Thanks. Yeah.
So I'm excited to hear the new one.
Yeah, it's on there, man. Spotify it up. It's a little bit 5% more hair metal than the rest of our stuff, but that's where we're going with it. I think eventually we're gonna be like 50% hair metal, and I don't know. You feel that coming, Hollywood?
I feel it coming.
I mean,
I just wanted to say
Yeah.
coming.
when we get enamored with something it starts to bleed into the music, and we were like real enamored with like Accept and Wasp.
You got me into Wasp.
Ooh, Wasp.
And another band that I didn't really like, and I say this because I was against them because they were Christian, and they were called Stryper.
Fuck
And me and V, we went to a KISS convention. What was it?
We went to
year and a
see
half?
Vinnie Vincent,
Yeah, we
man.
went to see Vinnie Vincent. And he was like, we're going to listen to Stryper. And I was like, I don't know. I don't want to hear that Christian metal shit. And then he started playing it, and about 9 times through, I was like, you fucking striped me.
Yeah.
I became a Stryper fan to the point where we went to see Stryper,
Yeah.
and I almost converted to Christianity when Michael Sweet threw his guitar pick, and I got excited and I caught it, and I almost became a Christian right then and there. Thanks to Jason
felt
V.
the Lord more than
Yeah, I
through
felt
you.
the Lord inside of me in more ways than one.
And the thing that pains me the most is like people are always messaging me and shit, and they're like, "Hey V, that's really funny how you pretend to like Stryper," and I'm like, "No, like I don't pretend." Like we were Stryper for Halloween, and we threw out Bibles because Stryper used to throw out Bibles, and my biggest fear
They
was that
threw Bible, like hopefully not like normal size Bibles,
like
right?
little pocket Bibles.
Okay. I was gonna say, like, good lord.
Yeah, I mean, they called themselves Soldiers Under Command, and they were, because they would play with fucking Pantera or whoever. And can you imagine? Okay, I'm here to sing about, and they straight up will sing Jesus at you. But now they're not like, Jesus is going to judge you. They're just like, fucking, yo, we're Christian and we love Jesus and we hope that your whole fucking life is good. But people in the metal community are like, oh, fuck them, while they're wearing their fucking, goat head patch. And I'm like, if they both from the same fictional novella, like, you need to just realize one team has a better design crew. Yes,
It's He-Man and Skeletor,
Yeah.
really.
but like Stryper never preached anything but like, just we're fucking cool and you should have some Jesus. And then everyone in the metal community is like, fuck you, Stryper, and everyone in the Christian community is like, fuck you, Stryper, you're not Christian enough. But my fear when we were Stryper,
It would be a weird thing to be a Christian metal band.
oh yeah, because you're persecuted.
It's hard. I mean, we get persecuted all the time.
Is that what you were going for?
Yeah.
Because that's the vibe I got.
Yeah. Well, but my fear when we were Stryper for Halloween was, what if Michael Sweet, the singer for Stryper, sees this and thinks we're mocking them?
What- right,
Because
yeah.
I respect them because they're like, no, fuck you, we're Christian. Here we go. And so I was like,
Probably not in those words, but-
Yeah, right. Even though Hollywood was rubbing the Bible on his dick and
I
we
did,
were throwing it
yeah.
out, but that was fine because at our core, it's the musical thing. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like,
I was just imbuing it with my own love.
yeah. I mean, of course, the second coming.
Yeah, exactly.
Of course. I mean, I just don't.
You know I don't
Daniel's
like to
just
be
going to
wrong.
have to throw out the whole podcast.
You know I don't like to be wrong about anything.
Right.
But when it came to striping me, you were truly right. You were truly under the Lord's command.
Right, under God's
I think,
command.
and I'm forever grateful that you got me into Stryper.
And I know you guys are trying to get out. Here's the last thing I'll say about the Stryper thing is this. the reason why Stryper has got so much shit for their whole lives and career, and I'll bring it right back around to what I said, is because the fucking peanut buttercup of Christianity, the peanut buttercup of the metal community, which is you don't fit in with us, so fuck you. You're not Christian enough, fuck you. Oh, you're not metal enough, fuck you. So Stryper and the Jasons are one in that because they don't suck anybody's dick but Jesus in a non-literal way, and they do what they want.
Thank you for the clarification.
Yes, and they do what they want, and that's why I respect them, because in a time when everybody is a fake Hail Satan,
What's
drink
more metal
coffee,
than
pet
that?
kitties, yeah, it's cool to be like, yo, fucking Jesus.
That's the whole point.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's cool. That's the band you can respect there, you know?
You know, I never got the ousting of like Christian from metal, because like one of my favorite bands is The Devil Wears Prada,
Yeah.
Christian metal band.
Oh,
And I never understood why you can have 18 different subgenres of doomcore.
right.
But if somebody wants to be like, hey, we're going to play metal and the lyrics are going to be about like Jesus.
right.
Metalheads are just like, "Ah," you know, they just lose their absolute shit. They're just like, this is impossible.
And tell me, in that same genre, right? Like in that metalcore sort of genre where The Devil Wears Prada lives, name me one band that hasn't fucking ripped off Norma Jean's second record. Everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody sounds like Bless the Martyr, Kiss the Child. Oh, yeah, it's fucking ridiculous, but, you know, I could go all day about Christian metal. The other day on the way back from Chicago, the last, 3 hours of our trip, I was listening to this band called Tourniquet, and I could see Hollywood in the back. I think you were dying a little bit, because, it's this good eclectic metal, and then all of a sudden he looks up and he goes, is this song called Melting the Golden Calf? And I was like, yeah. He's like, oh, fuck. And it's just like fucking, you know.
But when I found that out, I kind of liked it.
Dude,
because
yeah.
it was so over the top.
I mean, yeah. Tourniquet is another one of those bands where they're like, they're not afraid to fucking yell out Jesus and how do we get on to Christian metal? But, no, that band, like all those bands, it's crazy how influential, especially in metalcore, how many Christian bands during the days of the fucking Solid State boom and the Face Down Records boom, all those bands, like they fucking define that genre, but But being a Satanist is so trendy now. Like I said, Hail Satan, drink coffee, pet kitties t-shirt.
Oh, yeah.
I hate that shit. Like, you're not a Satanist. You're not a Satanist. Like, you're like a caricature, just like me in Hollywood, but you don't know it. And we know it, that we are caricatures of human beings, So, I don't know. It's weird.
It's all weird.
I love this.
I told you it was going to be fun.
I just want you to know, by the way, that if I walk away from this interview with anything, it's that I now have another band that whenever I meet those people that are like really like prudish and like annoying, I have like a list of bands that I'll be like, oh, you should like check these people out. Like lately it's been Steel Panther.
Yeah,
I'll be like, oh yeah,
Okay.
you should go
That's
listen
the
to Steel
greatest
Panther
80s
sometime.
metal band of
When
all
you
time.
said that you were going a little more hair metal.
Is that exactly where your
That's
mind went?
exactly
Yeah.
where I went. I was like, oh man,
Now-
I need to see a Jason Steel Panther mashup.
Well, we love Steel Panther. We're huge fans. I don't know about Hollywood, but in my mind, we are gonna. This is gonna sound totally contradictory to what I just said.
Oh, I know where you're going.
But we're headed towards like Motley Crue "Shout at the Devil" era. A little bit more of a satanic, 80s satanic panic vibe. Jason 3, and it's weird because I feel it in coming on like the 80s Motley, not Motley, like fucking Wasp. And then Jason 3D showed up to the show with an upside down cross necklace the other day, and I said he feels it too. It's the calling of the dog.
It's spreading.
Now, will I still listen to Stryper the whole time we're
Yeah.
praising Satan on our next record? Yes. Again, because I'm a caricature of a human being, and I know it. So, I know. We also talked about maybe doing a Christian record. No joke. We talked about that, but
Get saved.
Get saved.
Right? That's
Fuck
what
yeah.
you said.
You know what though? There's some dark ass shit in the Bible.
yeah. Oh, yeah. And then, like, you just be like, yeah, I'm a fucking Christian now. So what? You don't like me? Okay. Bless you. Does it all the time. Somebody was shit talking one of his projects, and that was his response.
That was my response. I said, bless you. Different band.
Can we just end it on bless you?
I want to end it right there.
Yeah, let's end it on bless you.
Guys, it's been fun. Thanks for being on. Bless you.
Bless you.